your time for this session. Over to you, sir.
Sir, thank you so much for your gratitude. So, thank you so much. So, first of all, I would like to thank Hindustan Colleges, okay, for this giving a good opportunity. Also, I would like to thank to Mr. Saravana Kumar sir for giving me to this opportunity. So, good evening, everyone. Okay, myself, I am Ramraj. I am the founder, CEO, CTO of Astrox Aerospace Private Limited. So I'll explain my company details. So what we can do. So what we are doing, so that you can understand very clearly. So in the final session, we will have some Q&A session, so that we can whatever you doubt, you can ask me, so that I can clarify. Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. This is visible, sir.
Okay. So let's start. Okay. So first of all, I'll explain my company's background. 1 second. So the company started 2022. We are started in 2022 as a drone manufacturing company. Also, we recognized by Startup India DPIIT certified companies. So initially, we are started for the drone delivery as a service. So there are a lot of things. Sir, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So 2022, the company was established. So we got a DPIIT recognition from DPIIT, Startup India recognized company. So initially, the company was started for the drone as a delivery. So initially, we were planning for the medicine, so the essential goods, whatever the possibility of rural areas or urban area. So initially, we developed a delivery drones. So in the 2022, there are a lot of difficulties to transport goods to urban areas due to some regulations by the government of India. So 2021, government of India, the DGCA in the sense Directorate of General Civil Aviation, they are declared some rules, drone rules 2021. So they're given the lot of guidelines, drone rules 2021. The drone rules are given a lot of restriction in India to operate drones. So basically what all other country drones are banned in India. And the first thing, the India drone economy to become a grow. The thing is, first thing, government has given an advantage for the local manufacturer, like Indian manufacturer. So or else made in India product. So they banned other country drones. So currently, as per drone rule 2021, so India has banned all other country drones in India. So only Indian manufactured drones are used in India. So currently, so this is the most advantages for the Indian manufacturer. Like as our startups, there are markets. There is so much of leaders are there in drone manufacturing. So this is one of the best action taken by the government to give a startup opportunity. Startup companies to opportunity given us the based on this DGCA rules. So initially we have started. So we are a deep tech drone startup company. So initially we started for the delivery purposes, but we are initially started for the manufacturing as well for the multiple applications. So basically we are the deep tech startup company, a specialization on manufacturing of advanced drones. So we are not focusing on the normal drones like videography, photography, or something like that. So we want to give a solution to the agriculture industries, inspections like infrastructure industries, defense for the logistics, emergency rescues. So we are initially planning to develop a 5G based drone solution. What we found in the market, what are the drones available in India? So all are related to the radio control, so which is restricted around 1 or 2 kilometers. So what I got from defense or police, local polices and the military, they are facing a problem as a range constraint. So initially we are developed BVLOS. The BVLOS is a beyond visual line of sight. So everyone looking for the long range drone. They are not looking for the 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer and all. So they are looking for a long range drone. So based on the problem, we have started our career, we have started our company like we are into now, we are successfully developed indigenous fighter drones in India. One of the first company we already tested. We are it's under the patent. So maybe by next year we will launch our delivery drones in India. So this is our company. So I will show you some our product. You can see that. So this is for AgroX, one of the agriculture drone. So this is specially designed for a lightweight and long endurance drone. So like you can spray single battery charges, you can spray around 3 acres within 15 minutes. So almost you can cover a single acre within 7 to 8 minutes. Compared to the traditional, right? Everyone knows the traditional spraying methods having a lot of time. Like one day they will complete around 10 acres only. So the particular AgroX agriculture drone, okay, it will cover within 70 minutes. It will cover 1 acre. So easily you can cover within 60 to 70 minutes per day. You can cover 10 acres in a day. So this is one of our indigenous product developed by in India itself. So the drones, agriculture drones, which is capable of 5G technology, which is capable of 4G technology. It is obstacle avoidance technology. So there are a lot of advancement we are updated in the agriculture drones. So coming to the next product. So it's fully for the depends on the agriculture industry. So for a multispectral, I'll tell you one by one for the payload sessions. Okay. So next it's for X Pro. This is one of our surveillance survey drone category. So basically everyone know drone about it. So drones are everyone about drones is used for the aerial photography, videography. But drone is aerial photography, videography is just a 1%. Other than the drones will be carrying around defense like agriculture. 33% of agriculture drone was used by agriculture industries. The X-Pro drones we are developed for surveillance and survey inspection purposes. So it is a swappable mechanism. This drone we can use for crop health monitoring, like thermal inspection, other than defense, policies. So in this drone, okay, in India, we are the only company which we have developed 80 minutes endurance drone. The X-Pro one is 80 minutes endurance. So these are all some training purposes drone. This is for the solar cleaning drones, which already were developed. You can use this X-Shine drones. You can clean the solar panels entire like 1 acres, 2 acres, 3 acres, the multiple square kilometer solar panels. You can use these drones. You can clean entire the solar panel. So this is for one of the basic models of inspection, surveillance, survey method. So this is for the array FPV, is a FPV drone which is used for the aerial photography and videography purposes. Right? The drones which we are using firefighting as well. A drone carrying a fireball. So everyone know about the fireballs. Okay, it will automatically take off if any fire detect the object direction. Automatically take the fire and it will throw the fireball into the fires. Also, we used to from ground to air, we used to do some water transport method. You can see some nozzles are there. Okay, this is spray water or else spray some CO2 to the fires. This help for the entire fire application, the particular fire expert drone. Other one is a normal videography. So this is our company. We developed these kind of drones. Almost we have covered 30 application drones. We have developed around 8 to 9 drones with indigenous. There will be no dependency of other countries. Like 10% of some control links are which we are imported from other countries. Rest all are developed in India only. So this is our company. So sir, let me go through some topic. What else we can go through? We can go with the topics like payload management. What is drone? Sir, everyone know about drones, right? Can we elaborate detailedly, or else we'll go with the payload itself based on the topic?
Sir, because already we had 4 sessions, sir. So I think we can go into maybe types of UAVs and application, and then you
Okay.
can concentrate on the payloads. Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll go with the payloads, right? Okay. Okay. So first I'll go some basic things. So what types of UAVs are there? So everyone knows about multi-copter and also seen that everyone multi-copter. There are multiple models are there, like fixed wing, okay, multi-copter, single copter, hybrid eVTOL. So not like that. The fixed wing and the VTOL, there are similar mechanism which they are used. Like fixed wing have a works like a aircraft. It's aerodynamic basis, like the aerofoil which is used for the thrust purposes. The same hybrid eVTOL, which is having combined both technology, like multi-copter and fixed wing technology. When it's take off, it works like a four rotor rotate in the particular direction. It provides a thrust to the downward. When it's take off the aircraft, like drones, it transition to the fixed wing mechanism. So these both technology combined in the hybrid VTOL. It's basically for delivery purposes or long range surveillance purposes. We are used for this hybrid VTOL. Single copter, like a helicopter, like the helicopter model. So these are the majorly four model used for all other applications like fixed wing, multi-copter, single copter, and hybrid VTOL. So advantage of multi-rotor is that it's a vertical takeoff, very easy to operate, very low cost. It's a short time deployment. Like you can within 1 or 2 minutes you can deploy the operational purposes. But the fixed wing is take time for the calibration works and the wind condition. We have to check the wind condition. We have to check the weather condition. So we have to check the zones, landing points. What are the area coverage? The entire thing we have to check the wind direction. So there will be a lot of things we have to notify during the flight. But multi-copter is not like that. So we have to only check the zones and we have to check the condition of the or do a pre-flight checklist. So that is enough for operating the multi-rotor and the fixed wing. Single rotor is also same condition like a fixed wing. But the hybrid is totally different. So hybrid, we have to, if we want to operate the hybrid drones, at least we need some 3 meter of area to operate these drones. Why? Because it's a transition condition. Some stall speed required. So we have to require some bigger area. So these are all the pros and cons of the multi-copter, fixed wing, and the single rotor, etc. In the previous session, I told you, right? DGCA classified some rules. So the major rules, everyone should know about these rules. Drones are classified based on the weight category. Usually we called upon the nano category, micro category, small category, medium category, and large category. So nano category is nothing but lesser than 250 grams or equal. So this is the nano category. Micro category is not like that, 250 grams or below 2 kg. 2 kg or else below 2 kg. 250 gram to 2 kg is micro category. Small is greater than 2 kg to 25 kg. Mostly agriculture drones and all comes under the small category. Medium category also coming some agriculture drones. Large category is greater than 150 kg. So for the large category, there are a lot of certification processes are there. If you cannot easily operate the drones above large category in industry, why? Because you require a license for the large category, especially like medium, small, micro, nano, and all easy. We can get a license from anywhere in India. So a lot of RPTOs are there to getting a license, but large category is not like that. So these are the classification of assigned by DGC as Drone Rules 2021. So the basic application we can go through, like based on this drone, okay, we can cover the defense, police force, coastal guards, agriculture, firefights, disaster and response, forest and wildlife, delivery, industries, photography, security, transportation. So we can cover around 12 to 13 applications based on these drones. So let's see principle of drones. Sir, can we start with the principle of flight? Can we go with the payload?
No, sir. I think the principle of flight you can continue with this.
Okay. So everyone know the flight is having some complication dynamics. So if you compare to the multi-copter, flight is totally different. Flight is nothing. You can use some other four motors to rotate and provide a thrust to the ground like a Newton thermal, but it's totally different from the aircraft to multi-rotor. See, basically we can understand some dynamics in flights. So then only you can get more understand about the drones. See, flights having there are four forces act on the flight. So thrust, drag, lift, gravity, the things happening. But in the drones, okay, like the same act like a lift. The forces, all three, four forces acting on the line, but the control is totally different. Flight required a control surfaces for control the aircraft, but these drones are not required any external control surfaces. The only the four motor is sufficient to control all the direction like roll, pitch, yaw, and throttle. You can see in the left corner. Visually, you can see this is the pitch. So the both pitch, everything you can control with using of the motor direction or motor speed up based on the RPM. For example, forward motor rotates higher compared to the backward motor. It will backward, like it will go the pitch backward. If back two motor rotate higher compared to the forward motor, it will go to the forward. This is the only control surfaces used for control the drones, but totally different, right? The flight dynamics compared to the drones. So basically, what we seen in the aircraft like aerofoil shape, the same we are used in the propeller of the drone. So it provides a thrust to the downward. This is lift and weight. You can see the first column, the aerofoil direction, aerofoil shapes, which is provided thrust. That means the lift force. The same four rotors are used for propel the thrust to the downward, then the takeoff will happen. The one main things, the rotation of the aircraft, sorry, drones is very important. See, you can check with the rotation of the like A, B, C, D. If A propeller rotates a clockwise, then opposite D also rotate in the same rotation like a clockwise. If B rotates counterclockwise, D should be rotated on the counterclockwise. Then only all the four meta torque will be compensated. So the everyone or like the helicopter having some tail motor because of compensate of torque. The same method we are used to drone in the compensate of torque. This is the direction of every drones. If your quad means A, C, B, D in the same direction. You can see if a quad X also A, B, C, D all should be in the different direction. X is different direction, plus is different direction. There are multiple types of configurations are there. You can see the quad plus, quad X, octa plus, octa X, octa square plus, octa square X, octa collinear plus, octa collinear. There are multiple around 12 to 13 configurations of multi-rotors are there. Majorly we are used to for X is the purpose of stability. So X gives you more stability. Why? Because easily it compensates the torque. Mostly we are used, sorry. Mostly we are used drones for X configuration in the application purpose. Why? Because it gives a more stability. So you can see this is the pitch of the drone. When you use it to aircraft, you can control the pitch. Mean you can use the control surfaces. But when the come to the drone, you can use the propeller system for the controlling the roll pitch of the drone. This is the roll. When it's moving pitch. So these are the motions of entire drones like pitch forward, pitch backward, roll right, roll left. Yeah, there are only some four directions are there. This is only used for the drone. So let's come to the components of UAV. So drones is nothing but there are only two things which is consisting like mechanical system, propulsion system, avionics system, and payloads. These are the four system is very sufficient for make a drones. Like mechanical system is like a entire drone structure. The propulsion system is like a entire propulsion system like motor, propellers. Avionics system is entire electronics which is communicating from ground to air unit, and which is the IMU, other the sensors, other things all comes under the avionics and communication. So payload is for based on purely application. So you can which drone is used for the which application like survey, other than agriculture. So which is comes under a payload category. So these are the mechanical components basically under frame. X frame, fixed wing means the wing, the other fuselage, the landing gears. These are the components of aircraft. So this is the propulsion system. So basically, in the every things we are used for the other motor, especially we are used for the drone in the BLDC motor. So brushless motor used for drone. Why? Because it's a high torque motor which is gives a more thrust compared to the normal motor. Weight also less. The weight is the major role act on the drone. So whatever we can focus on the weight, we can get the very better good drones. Mostly all motors we used to do electronic speed control. So each motor having a electronic speed controller, which is a couple of 30 amps. It's a rated amps, 30 amps, 40 amps, 60 amps. It's depend on the configuration of drone. So majorly propulsion system having a two things very important, like which is one is a electronic speed controller, another one is a motor, then a propeller. There are multiple types of propeller there, two blade propeller, three blade propeller, four blade, five blade. So these all are based on the configuration. We have to choose the propeller size, ESC capacity like 40 amps, 60 amps, 80 amps, 100 amps, 120 amps. It's purely depends on the product, what you build, like 5 kg drones, 10 kg drones. So this is entire propulsion system which we used for the drone. See, the brushless motor is this left. The armature will be rotated, but the in the brushed motor, in the brushless motors, outer runner will be rotated in the fixed. Stator will be fixed. Outer case only running. This is the brushless motor and the brushed motor. This is the configuration of ESC, electronic speed controller. So offset control the entire throttle. So if you give the PW value 10 to 20, the ESC get the signal FC get the signal and it gives to the ESC control the motors. So based on all the speed controller, we can control the roll pitch. Yeah. So that means we can change the speed of the each motor. Like if you want the drone goes to forward, we have to control the speed of the backside two motor. So this is the entire ESC work in the drones. Now coming to the avionics system. So in the drone, the major things is that the flight controller. So it's one of the main motherboard, whatever you call like a motherboard, inertial systems, like computers, whatever it is. The major role of the drone is that the flight controller. See, there are in the market there are a lot of flight controllers are there, single IMU controller, dual IMU controller, triple IMU controller. It's basically depends on what we are our requirements. Like it's an industrial grade, at least we require some 3 IMU redundancy FC. Why? Because it's very stable compared to the single redundancy IMU, single IMU. This is the flight controller which you're using for all drones. Flight control is having a main thing is the inertial measurement unit. So inertial measurement, IMU having the gyroscope, accelerometer, magnetometer, depth sensor, optical flow sensor. But the major main essential requirement is that the gyroscope, accelerometer, magnetometer. These three is major requirement to operate the drone very stable condition. You can see the accelerometer. So basically, accelerometer is used for measure the acceleration of the flight controller. Like it's detect the acceleration of the entire drone. So based on the drone coordinates like X, Y, Z, it will stable the entire drone system. Gyroscope is the control of the entire axis, like axis roll. It measure entire system and it gives input to the flight control. Flight control give inputs to the entire ESC give input to the motor. So entire system, the ecosystem worked purely based on the IMUs. The magnetometer is measure the entire magnetic interference. For example, if drone is flying around near to some high capacity of EMC or EMA, like electricity wires, the magnetometer will affect. So the entire drone will be unstable. It will lost the controllers. So that is what we use to magnetometer for measure the entire magnetic field. So now coming to the communication. In the drone have a multiple communication system radio signal, satellite signal, internet signal, which we already developed by indigenous technology. These all are the technology which is used for communicating the drones from ground station to air unit. drones flying around 10 meters, 20 meters, 100 meters, 120 meters. If you give us some input, like you can give an input to the 20-degree rotate or 20-degree elevation, or like 10 meters forward, the immediate response should be go around within a time of millisecond. So basically, we used two technology, like a radio controller, radio frequency, another we can get the telemetry data, like what is the battery capacity, what is the other things, everything we can get it from the drone. These are the one of the major communication tools, radio signal. So everyone majorly using for the radio signal. So this is very effective transmission method for currently using. Another one is a satellite. Satellite is a like it's very tough. Also, it's a very high latency things. It will 3 to 4 meter 4 second delay signal. So this is not sufficient for the drone operation. So internet is very good for the both radio and the internet. Why? Because currently in India everywhere available a 4G network, 3G network, 5G network. So internet is also sufficient, but the most accurate is the only radio signal. So radio signal is the good thing for the control of the drones and ground station. So now come to the payloads. So finally, what it comes, so everyone manufacturing drones for the applications, right? So whatever drone like 10 kg, 20 kg, 30 kg, basically drones are comes under the payload. It's classified by the payloads. Like it's basically manufactured by the application purpose. If we are manufacturing agriculture drone, so ultimately the agriculture drone used for the agriculture purpose. So we have to integrate some payload, so which is used to drone. So for the spraying purposes, spreading purposes, for other purposes, we used for the all of the applications. Sorry, sir.
No, sir. You can continue, sir. Yes.
Okay. Ultimately, the drones which we used for application purposes, the drones have a lot of payloads. Like one by one, we'll go through. The first thing is that the surveillance purpose. So surveillance is the major application oriented things in India. Compared to the agriculture, surveillance and survey things they used around 43% in India for the drones. And so another thing is the agriculture payload, like pesticide, which we are integrating some tanks. We used to do pesticide, other herbicides used for spraying purpose in agriculture land or other land. So another thing is that the lidar. So lidar is the purpose of mapping the entire forest or other related industries like mining or other things. So lidar is used for the mapping purpose. The other technology is called the photogeometry. So photogeometry is also used for measuring the landscape, like forest elevation, the terrains data, the entire calculation based on this lidar and photogeometry data, which is used for payload purposes. So like gas sensor, there visual and thermal cameras, package deliveries. So which is so each payload which we are used for some industries. For example, consider lidar and photogeometry. So mostly lidar is used for the geographical mapping. If you want to map a mining, if you want to map a forest, so this lidar is the only best solution for the getting accurate map. If you want to map our 100 square kilometer area, okay, so the lidar would be very effective things for the entire crop health as well, entire area of the forest as well. So this is one of the best tool that we are used for mapping purposes. So another one is the photogeometry. So we'll go over the one by one industry. Now we'll go for the inspection industry. So the lidar is very effective mapping tool for get the entire geographical area forest. If you want to map other mining areas, if you want to map some measurement of railway tracks, you can get very accuracy. Like if you measure A to B point, easily you can get 100 meters, 200 meters. Easily you can get the data. Like if you mapping 1 square kilometer forest, okay, what is the terrain data that is having, what is the particular area cube data, like 100 cube area is there, like some deforestation are there. Means if you do a mapping in today, okay, we can get the 3D map of the entire forest. Again, we can do some mapping, and after 1 week or 2 weeks, we can get some data. If you compare both data, you can get easily if some areas got some deforestation happening or something like that. We can easily get the data with using of this LiDAR technology and photogeometry technology. So LiDAR is the both technology. Once we do entire process, we can do some post processing. Like we are use specialized software for this mapping. If you get the data, we can do some post processing. The after post processing, we can get the very good data from system. The same things also used for photogeometry. Photogeometry is nothing but we use some sensors to get the photos from every time interval, like 1 second, 2 second. It will take around 100 to 200 photos in some time intervals. So based on that photo and the geotag, we can do some post processing. We can get some 3D images. These are the two methods which we are using for geographical mapping and survey. This is one of the payload which we are using for geographic mapping and inspection. So another come to the camera surveillance. Okay. Then EOIR. This is one of the sensor which is used for detect the object during surveillance. We'll consider some scenarios like in like a forest, or like we can consider some forest. So forest have a this task is that we can detect some elephant. Okay, so there are a lot of elephants is crashing to the railway tracks. So the conflicts are there. Okay, so continuously we are monitoring surveillance drones with the EOIR technology. In this EOIR technology, we can get the object detection in the real time during the surveillance. So what it does means, so it gives some electro-optical and infrared sensor. It collects from reverse from any object, like we can easily detect the object like any other animals. It detect the heat sensing from the animals compared to the forest. The entire data collecting will be happen in a millisecond from the surveillance drone. So this is the one of the best technology used for detect the object like animals in the forest, humans in the disaster management. If you want to find some humans are there, which you use the thermal detector EOIR cameras to detect the humans in the surveillance, some disaster happening that area. So this is one of the payload which you are used to in drones for surveillance purposes. There are multiple cameras are there, like 180x zoom. You can get very long distance human object detection cameras, like heat sensing cameras, like infrared cameras. These are the payloads which we are used for surveillance drone. So next we will come to the VIDAR. So VIDAR is nothing but it's a same kind of EOIR technology. It includes both electro-optical and infrared sensor combined sensors. So that it's actually used for measuring the distance. So for example, the drone flying around 120 meters. So we found some object like animals or some humans. So we want to check the distance, like what is the distance from drone to the particular object. So just we have to check that area. So easily we can get the distance of the drone to the particular object like humans or animals or any other objects. So we can get the distance from the ground to air. So that is the purpose we are using this kind of VIDAR, this kind of range sensor in the surveillance purpose. So these are the major sensors and the major payload for surveillance and security purposes in the drones. Next, the gas sensor. So drone which is used for inspection purpose as well. The gas sensor is nothing but it detect the gas in the if any gas leakage happening in the industry like gas industry, oil gas industry. The particular gas sensor take the gas leakages. It will inform to the ground station. So we can easily find out the issues in oil and gas industry area. Next to the visual and thermal cameras. So thermal cameras is nothing but it having an integrated infrared and thermal sensors. to get the thermal image activities like used for disaster management and forest management, other than the inspection purposes. Like solar industry, we have to find the solar panel damage condition based on the heat detection. So these are the sensor which we are used for the industrial inspection purpose, like gas sensors and visual and thermal sensors. So next is the package delivery payload. Package delivery nothing but whatever essential goods other than the medicals or other things are which we are using for the payload as a delivery. So like whatever package we can integrate with the drone, we can send from A to B location delivery purpose. Like A to B location, we can get the goods like cargoes, other medicines, everything we can transfer from one location to another locations. So I'll show you one by one detailing. So the first payload is the multispectral camera. Okay, this is the one of the five sensors, red, green, blue. There are five sensors are there. The multispectral camera, which is used for agriculture, cropping, health monitoring purposes. So we can get easily irrigation of the crops. Also, we can get the crop health of the particular areas. So based on the data analysis, we used to do agriculture drone for the pesticide purposes. It's a very effective method for the verify the crop health conditions. So another one is the this is for the photogeometry cameras, which is used for the mining, mapping, other than 3D map generation. It have some lidar sensors which is used for the 3D mapping, so we can get easily data from the mining area, like other area like forest, railway tracking. So the particular camera, 3D mapping camera or photogeometry camera, which is used for the mapping purposes. Public safety. So mostly the thermal images, thermal camera we are used for disaster management, animal detection, heat sensing, and human detection in the disasters during time. That time we are used to some thermal cameras, which is having a 650 into 250 pixel like thermal cameras. Then loudspeaker for the police and all, they'll use loudspeaker which is controlled by the traffic. Some cases, police send the drone to the some issues area. They will do some broadcasting some information through drones. They're using the loudspeaker. They're having a control system. They're having some walkie-talkie in the ground. Send the drone to the particular issues area. They will give a warning to the persons who what having the that particular area. So that purpose they are using some other loudspeaker in the drones. That is also one of the payload in the drones. Delivery system around this. So this is the lidar. Lidar is the most advanced technology for get the 3D mapping and analysis tool. It's a very high price and also high accuracy data from the field. These are the normal videography, photography drones. So logistic purpose, we are using logistics purpose. We are using some payload as a some product like medicines or other things we used to for the payload. So law enforcement, they are using thermal and night vision cameras. Like in the particular camera, in the law enforcement surveillance, you can check. This is having a 3 sensor like rangefinder, the 180x optical zoom, telephoto lens, wide angle lens. Mostly the 4 to 5 sensor integrated payload, which is used for particularly army and police purposes only. This particular thermal zoom, other than telephoto lens, wide angle lens, the entire sensor camera which is used for the law enforcement purposes. So another one payload which is having a air quality sensor, it will measure the pollution of the air. So these kind of payloads which we can integrate the drones, the data will be shared every seconds to the ground, the condition of the air in the pollution in the air. This one kind of resolution, high resolution camera. This camera also having some rangefinder. So rangefinder sensing nothing but we can get the distance from air to ground. If you touch some object, it collects the distance from drone to ground. That is what the purpose we are using rangefinders. The thermal sensing. Sir, is there any doubt in the payload? This is the only payload using for
Yes.
all applications. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, shall we ask questions regarding the payload, whether participants are on, or can we go at the end, sir?
Whatever it is, sir.
Sir, what about ultraspectral?
I'll tell you in the while. Can I go on?
Yes, sir. You can go on, sir. Yes.
Okay.
At the end, we'll ask. We'll
No,
get the
these are
questions.
the no, sir. The payload sessions will. These are the payload which you are using for the drones in the all application like surveillance, survey, deliveries, other inspection, other monitoring. The entire payload I have mentioned here. Apart from this, is there any doubt in this payload like lidar, photogeometry, gas sensor, visual and thermal sensor, deliveries? You can tell me any doubts, sir. These are the payload which are used for drones. Then we'll go for just some advancement. So payloads, no doubt, right, sir?
I think you know, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Participants, if you have any questions, you can ask related to payload.
Yeah. You can ask it to me. Otherwise, the final session, advancement of drone, we'll close it. Then we'll do some
Yes, sir. Yes.
Q&A. We'll do. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So these are the drones which are used for the all industries like surveillance, agriculture. Yes.
Sir, regarding the payload, sir, actually,
Yes.
you are using agricultural agri applications.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose while spraying the pesticides, it is a
Yes.
once the tanks gets level varying level, how it is dynamically balanced.
Yes. No, sir. See, the mostly we used in agriculture drones having a 6 motor drones, like Hexacarter. Okay. What also we are using. Okay. So basically, previously I told, right, IMU. So what IMU work is that? Okay, IMU is maintaining the stability of the drones.
Okay.
So for example, if you pull the drone for 1 meter, so IMU detect automatically, it gives a thrust to opposite of your pulling direction.
Okay.
If you pull the drone 2 kg, your pulling capacity is 2 kg. Okay, the IMU detect the pulling capacity. It will give a command to the motor. Okay, motor rotate higher speed. It will compensate your pulling capacity.
So each
each motor.
Each
motor
rotates on a varying speed to balance the
varying
timing.
speed. Yes. That is what which is used for ESC, electronic speed controller, which is controlled by each motor. Okay, it is IMU is helpful.
What is the maximum range available, sir?
Which one, sir?
Thermal sensor. Thermal sensor,
it will detect the range around 1.2 to 1.5 kilometers, sir. The visual you can cover around 2 kilometers.
Okay. It's capable for
purely,
elephant.
it's purely
elephant
under
racing.
FOV. Yeah. Elephant, currently we used to detect 120-meter height, but it will detect around 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers easily.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
What will happen if drone goes beyond the range?
Yes, sir. Okay, I'll tell you the one thing. Okay, so first one thing that I explain you, every manufacturer provide you before drone. So they will define some range of the kilometer. Like agriculture drone kilometer, they are restricted around 1 kilometer. Okay, for the example, surveillance range is around 10 kilometer. Okay, you cannot operate the drone above 1 kilometer. If you given a thrust, also drone cannot go outside beyond the 1 kilometer. So every drones have some restricted ranges defined by the manufacturer.
If you try to go beyond the set limit,
no, it cannot go. It cannot receive your command.
Okay, so it will give some alarm to us or some indication to us?
Yes. It will give alarm. There are 2 options are there. One is that you can give an input in the setting. You can give an input to the RTL. RTL is one of the tech. Is that return to launch or return to home? Okay. If it is breach the entire range, like if it is a particular drone is maximum range 1 kilometer. Okay. If it is reach 1 kilometer, it gives the information. 1 kilometer reached, 1 kilometer reached, 1 kilometer reached. Like that, it will give a notification. You can
Okay.
set like that. Otherwise, you can set trigger RTM. If it is reach 1 kilometer, it will automatically return to launch, return to home position automatically. It's one of the fail-safe features.
Okay.
Both
If
options
it
are there.
if it goes beyond out of the range, it will come automatically to the home position.
Yes, correct, exactly.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
regarding this electronic speed control, sir,
Yes, sir.
I heard that the control will be done in two parts. One is like a flight controller and the flight computer. Like what exactly it is?
Okay, sir. The basic working principle I'll tell you. Okay, the flight control is the major brain of the drone. Okay, in the ground, okay, you can give the input like go 1 meter, like you can give the input now. So the ground controller gives a signal to the drones, like it will transfer through the radio signal. Okay, so drone receive the signal from receiver. So each drones have a receiver. Whatever signal received from the ground station, it will go to the flight controller. Flight controller is the brain, like what we are thinking, right? So okay, the ground person give an input to the 1 meter, move to 1 meter. Okay, the received input, the brain only act as a give that input 1 meter input to the all 6 motors through ESC. Okay, if you put the right now, so the receiver receive a signal from ground. The signal goes to the flight controller. The flight controller gives input to the ESC. If you put right now, the flight control receive the right command. The right command goes to the ESC. ESC gives a thrust to the motor. Okay, then the motor first 3 motor rotate fastly. The opposite motor rotates slowly. It automatically goes to the right. So this is the basic principle of drone working. Whatever input you can give to the ground to air unit, first receive the signal to flight controller. Flight controller is the brain. All the command receive and give to the motors. So based on this only working. ESC is just used for control of the motor. ESC is receive the signal from flight controller.
Sir, this is
Sir,
clear,
one-
sir, but my point is, let us say you are having a lot of other features like obstacle avoidance and all these
Okay.
payloads like lidar, and all. So that once we sense the signal, that is processed by another module. That they are naming it as flight computer. But
No. It is
theoretically, that is
all-
that way.
Yes, yes.
Theoretically,
No,
they are saying that way.
No,
Sir,
no,
let me
not.
complete. Just one minute.
Okay.
Let me complete. Theoretically, they are saying that flight controller, it is on the drone, which will
Okay.
be taking all the signals from the sensors. It does
Yes.
some processing, and next it will be delegating the stability issues and all to flight controller.
Yes.
First one is flight computer, they are saying, and second one they are saying flight controller. But when the implementation, coming to the implementation, how it is? That's what my question.
No, sir. I'm not understand your exact question. You are asking about flight controller, how it is working, or else the process timing it take a time. What exact your question, sir?
Sir, let me tell you this way. Like on drone, I'm having 2 blocks in a block diagram. One block is flight computer, and
Okay.
second block is flight controller. That's what in textbooks they are saying. But
No,
implementation
only
wise, when
one
you
flight controller.
the way they are describing that flight computer is the one which takes all the sensor information, which will implement some algorithm. And finally, whatever the stability or another thing that has to be done, that aspect only will be given to some other controller, some other controller kind of thing, that they are calling it as flight controller. They are telling flight computer and flight controller.
No.
In textbooks.
Yes.
But here, how it is, that's what I'm asking. When
No.
it's implementation.
There are only one sensors there in flight controller, sir. The major sensor is inertial measurement unit, which is help for do a drone stabilize. Okay. The IMA sensors having some 3 sensors like gyroscope, a magnetometer, some accelerometer. These 3 sensors working for make the drone very stable. This is the flight controller. Flight controller consists of these 3 sensors. There is no flight computer, there is no flight controller. Both are same, which is either flight computer or flight controller. The only keyword is the flight controller, which is controlled by entire drone. The flight control consists only IMU sensors, inertial measurement unit. Okay, that the IMU consists of gyroscope, that magnetometer, that accelerometer. These three sensors continuously working to make very stable of the drone. If you put a input, any external input also, the three sensors only detect simultaneously and to get the drone very stable. This is the working principle, sir. Only one flight controls are there in one drone.
So that will be on a PCB kind of thing, sir. It will be
Yes,
separate
PCB kind of thing, separate PCB kind of thing. But that particular flight control have a multiple sensors. What I told, right? Some flight controls have 3 IMUs.
Sir, last sir, in this,
No,
what was mentioned there is, if you want to have some additional control kind of thing, you can have Raspberry Pi kind of device there.
Yes.
And all the other sensors, something like LiDAR, if it has to be
Correct.
kind of thing, and that they are implementing with the additional Raspberry Pi board.
Correct.
So in this context, what is the name that you are giving in industry
Okay.
Raspberry Pi?
I'll tell you. Tell me.
Yes, sir, that is what. What will be the name that we are giving?
Okay. Yeah. You are what you are asking is that the companion computer. Okay. The companion control totally different. Okay. For the basic operation, you require first flight controller. Okay. This is for the basic operation. The flight controller operation is that only for stabilize the aircraft, like drones. Then you can come to the companion computer like Raspberry Pi or other things, which is external source you are using for other work like object detection, okay, like vision sensing, some other like obstacle sensing. You can integrate LiDAR to Raspberry Pi as well. If you want to integrate some 5G, you can use Raspberry Pi. That is, it's an external companion computer which is for extra work, sir. Like if you set up a logistics drone, you have to some external computer activity. See, this flight control level limited processing sensor, right? If you want higher processing, you want to integrate some companion computer in the flight control. Now clear, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, we can design on our own, right? For this both the things, flight control and.
Yes, we have our own flight controller which is designed by India itself. We have a fleet manager as well.
How much it will cost, sir? Hardware, like apart from hardware.
Which one, sir?
This companion you are speaking about.
Sir, flight controller which is starting from 10,000, sir. The basic flight controller which is only a single IMU. You can use 10,000 rupees flight controller, very stable. Okay. If you go with the industrial, the approx cost of the flight controller would be around 35,000. The companion computer starting from 6,000 itself, sir.
6,000 means it includes both, sir. How many bits?
No. For example, you can consider 10,000 for FC, 6,000 for a companion computer. Both you can integrate. You can do some other operation.
I got it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, this is for basic operation. If you want advanced operation, like you have to integrate artificial intelligence, you have to do some higher process like NVIDIA, like other processor like Qualcomm, like that you can use it. The basic processing unit, Raspberry Pi is sufficient for the basic processing unit.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So then come to the advancement of drone. Okay, so whatever you see in the previous things, Sir is asking, right, the companion computer. So the currently what drones are there, it for only purely depends on the flight controller, which is only controlled by the drones. Come to the advancement drone. Now the external source of NVIDIA GPUs or other than the Raspberry Pi is other external component computer used for advancement of the drone operation. Like we used to do artificial intelligence for object detection. In disaster management, we used to take some humans movement. So we can integrate the companion computer for finding people with using a vision technology like object detection. That technology we used for advancement. Like currently, the advancement is autonomous taxis are developed in other countries. Hydrogen power drones are there. Advanced VTOL delivery drones are there. Environmental awareness drones are there. Like it automatically detects the environment condition, continuously send the signal to the ground station for the geographical area, like entire environmental conditions. continuously the advanced drones are flying in the environmental. It collecting data from the environmental, like what is the pollution of the air, is there any other wave interference in their nearby 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. These are the data collected continuously and sent to the ground station for the monitoring purpose. Like you can consider the hydrogen power drone. So usually we used to do petrol drones. Now we are mostly used for electric propulsion system, like battery used for the drones. Now the advancement drones comes under the hydrogen power drone. So hydrogen fuel used for the drone operation. So it is a little weight, but the hydrogen fuels are very efficient to get some more ranges, more endurance. So this is the advancement drones which is held for this ecosystem for the long range, the long endurance routes, like autonomous taxis. So these currently we are facing some logistics issues in some limited areas. Like if you want to travel one location to some 100 kilometers, you used to go either helicopter, either aircraft. So now the situations are over. The helicopter aircraft is has a more cost. So then go for the autonomous taxi. So which is controlled by remotely. So no unmanned aircraft system. Like you use only like that helicopter, like that aircraft, the man operated aircraft. Now we are in advancement drones, autonomous taxis, autonomous eVTOL. So these are the advancement drone. Like drones are used for warfare. So currently, you know that last time some Russia something happened. That time they used for swarm drones. So simultaneously they send hundreds of drones with the vision technology. So hundreds of drone hit a target within a second. This is the advancement drone which they use for the swarm technology. So all drones are controlled by single drones. This is a slave drones and the master drones. Master drones gives a control to the entire 100 drones or 200 drones in the single time. So whatever you can control a master drones, the slave drones getting command from master drones, the entire 100 or 200 drones hit to the object, like new war time or other time. Now advancement artificial intelligence drones are there for autonomous flight planning, in that other vision sensing, other conflict in the crowd monitoring purposes. How many crowds are there? How many peoples are there? In the forest, how many animals are there? The distinguish between elephant, how many elephants are there? The asset tracking. These all are the advancement on currently ongoing projects in everywhere. Future you can send the parcel from one location to another location with using drones. Future you use drones for asset management. You can fly the drone, you can get the data, how many peoples are there, how many crowds are there. Okay. Future you can use drones for landscape measuring. Future you can use for the infrastructures. Future you can use for drone for the shipping delivery. Then for taxis, human transportation, logistic purpose. These all are the advancement drone currently developing. The drone industry is going very big. Previous 5 years now, after banned drones in India, the drone industry is going very big. So advancement drones also is going heavy. In Indian IT startup developed advanced autonomous taxis. The human 2 persons are traveling from A location to B location easily. So these are the advancement drones in developed by all other countries. You can see the 1989 to 2010, the drone industries are growing very high compared to other industries. They used to for military purpose, they used to for agriculture industries, it used to for mapping survey industries. The growing of the drone is very high. As per the SAG report in 2030, our Indian business is so high. So these are the scales. You can see the 2016, what is the condition in the 2028, what is the predicted. So this is the drone industry of advancement going very big in India as well. In the generation 1, it's basic remote control they used to for controlling drones. This is the generation of drones. So generation 2, they are used to static design, fixed cameras and other video recording, still photos, manual piloting control. Generation 3, some complication design they are not, like fixed wing, some eVTOL, some other things, gimbal cameras, basic HD videos, basic assisted flighting. So generation 4, they used to 3-axis gimbal camera, high quality recording, 4K, high quality autopilots, high quality obstacle avoidance. Generation, they used 360-degree cameras, 4K camera, that intelligent flight mode. If you press one button, it automatically avoid the obstacle, it goes to the home location. Now, 6 is for commercial delivery drones, commercial drones for application purposes like pesticides, like other purposes like videography in the cine industries, other inspection industry. The generation wise, the drone take entire applications like entire ecosystem they cover. So the generations our current situation around 13 to 30 to 40 application they used for drones to get the solution easily. Example, I'll tell you the one scenario. The traditional method of spraying take 10 acres in one day. Okay, for the drone spray, it will just only 5 minutes of covering in a acre within 10 liters. The traditional method they used 100 liters for at least 10 acres. You can consider the drone. Okay, drone which is only 10 liters to cover the entire acre with the efficiency output. So this is of the generation drone. This is of the advancement of drones. This is what we used all the payload in drones for the all the applications. So majorly, ultimately, the drones is used for payload, which is for application purposes. Like if you want a videography, one of the payload is called camera. If you want the agriculture industry, one of the payload call is pesticide, which is carrying a 10 liter of water, 10 liter of urea, other 20 liter of urea, 50 liter of urea, 100 kg of urea also you can carry a drone. 100 kg of drones also there. So these are the payload which is integrated in the drone, which our work will be very easy. Whatever payload you can integrate in the drones, it is ultimately we used for some applications. Mostly drones are used for application purposes only. Education purpose they used only 1 or 2%. But mostly remaining 95%, which is used for applications, all other payload which is for the separate application like surveillance, survey, agriculture, mapping, deliveries. Okay, so the etc. So much of applications are there. Like in the cine industries, video recording, high quality recording. Like I'll show you one photo. Everyone know about that FPV. This is the FPV, which is used for adventure videos like a 360-degree rotation, a flip rotation. So these are the payload which is used for different applications. So the final thought is that mostly drones which is used for application. So for that application we require some payloads. That should be a surveillance, that should be a camera, or else tank which is carrying a 10 liter pesticides, which is carrying a 10 liter liquid, 10 kg of bombs for defense purpose, other high capacity of payloads, 4K cameras. There are multiple payloads which is used for application purposes. These are the application which is belongs to payloads. You can see that's the commercial drone taking of say agriculture, construction, emergency, education, so real estate. These are the advancement of drones. Dominoes they used for a delivery purpose payload, emergency time drones carrying a medical kit like CPR kit. This is a hydrogen powered drone. This is a eVTOL like manned. The operation purely depends on unmanned operation, but the man will go to this eVTOL. It's not manned operation actually. This is for a solar equipped drone, which is continuously flying around 20 hours to 30 hours for the surveillance purposes. This is for agriculture drone. These all are payloads, which is for all applications. So thank you everyone for this session. So now ask anyone any doubt about the drones or any other things which is payload or its the operational purposes or how the drones work. You can ask me some questions so that I can explain it clearly.
Yes, sir. So participants, those who have any questions, you can directly unmute and talk with the resource person, or you can put in the chat box.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Ram sir, you have explained nicely. We have more information
Thank you,
today.
sir.
Sir, I have a clarification here. Already you
Yes,
explained
sir.
it, but I have a clarification. Sir, when you construct a drone for some purpose of applications,
Okay, sir.
what is the factor of safety we have to maintain in terms of
What is the
first we
factor of
have
safety? Okay, sir.
factor
Okay, sir.
safety. So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
turn,
Sir,
first of all,
in
we
drones,
need
sir.
to concern about the payload. We concern the payload, as you said, the camera is the weight, or some sprayer is maybe the weight. Similarly, we have the application related things is we adapted in the drone. Drone
Okay.
construction. When you go for design itself, we have considered these
Okay.
are the things. Is. So
Yes, sir.
how do you go for manufacturing? The manufacturing the drone when we
Yes,
are going
yes.
to do in our 3D printing or any methodology we can focus.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Mm-hmm.
is the factor of safety we have to maintain and
Okay.
with relevant to the weight and how much size, how much what do you call how much design factor we have to follow.
Yeah, yeah. I'll explain clearly, sir. Okay. So basically, there are two criteria. Okay. For example, so as per the DGCA rule, okay, at least minimum the safety factor of safety is 1.5. Okay.
Yes,
For example, I tell you scenario. The safety factor is 1.5. If you build a 10 kg drones, okay, you can consider this scenario. Okay. If you build a 10 kg drones, at least the drone should take off 7.5 kg capable.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Or
yes, sir.
else 2:1 weight ratio. If
Two
you
is to
build a
one means
10
10
kg,
kg we have to the payload. We are going to be a payload. We have to make a 20 kg of the drone
yeah,
weight.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, okay,
So
fine,
at
sir.
least
Okay.
the safety factor is 1.5 should be there as per DGCA rules.
Okay, fine, sir. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. If in say example, actually, before going to when we have design, we have a design about our thinking. What is the respect of our applications? We are
Okay, sir.
designing. When you go
Okay.
for manufacturing of it with respect to the materials, how we
Okay.
can constrain about the what you call weight, sir? Because before going to manufacture it, we couldn't be know about the weight.
Okay.
In
Okay.
turn,
Okay.
if we may do with 3D printing, or if we may do
Mm-hmm.
with sheet metal materials,
Yes. Yes.
some plastics, some carbon fiber, some fiber imposed materials. These are the
Mm-hmm.
various materials we are going to be implement or use it for the fabrication of drones or
Okay.
assembling
Okay.
of it. Sometimes purchase and assembling of it. Then
Mm-hmm.
how we can measure about the weights and all these are here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll tell you, sir, the things. Okay. There are two ways. Is there one is that before prototyping, you have to do some design, right? In either some other tools like SolidWorks or other data. So you have to do some designs. Okay. In the designs, you have to put some properties, so you can get easily weight. The first thing is that before prototyping, you have to do simulate itself. You can do design in the design software, so you can get
By
easily weight.
SolidWorks, we used to SolidWorks. Okay, SolidWorks or CAT we used.
Soil
Okay,
works or
sir. Okay,
whatever it is, you can decide. Okay. First of all,
okay.
you can decide what is the purpose you make the drone. Application you have to decide, right? For example, you have to build for the surveillance purpose. In the surveillance purpose, camera weights are only 100 grams of cameras there, 200 grams of cameras there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that for if for surveillance purpose application, so your drone should be maximum 2 kgs enough.
Yes, sure.
For
Okay.
2
Because
kg,
the
you have to,
payload weight is just
yeah,
for
very
maximum
less.
for
Yes.
vehicles.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
absolutely. So you have to choose 2 kg means you have to choose some lower weight like composite material like carbon fiber, okay, like plastic. Motor weight and all, when you are buying motor weight, the manufacturer they're mentioning 50 grams, 100 grams. Okay, so based on each product, you can do some basic calculation. Motor 10 gram, 20 gram, 30 gram. So it comes under 2 kg means easily you can calculate it, sir. It purely depends on the application basis. Understand, sir?
So,
Or else?
yes, sir, sure, sure. Sir, in
Okay.
case if you are making a drone for some some carrying goods, for example, as you
Okay.
said,
Mhm.
spraying condition and all. So, exemplarly,
Okay. Okay.
we have to pre-define it. Yes, how many
Mm.
cages we have to be transferred, or how many cages we have to be carrying by the drone. So that you have
Yes.
to pre-define. Factor.
Yes.
Fact,
Yes.
sir. And one more thing. the networking sector and the networking concern, if we may plan for using the drone for some remote places like a forestry area for
Yes.
doing some purposes of for applications, how we
Mhm.
can manage by the any, is there any autonomy is there? For example, forestry means we have to be as you said, like maybe the finding a population of the animals and all, or making
Yes.
some other purposes we can be used for the drone.
Yes.
How we can manage by the networking, sir?
No, sir. The thing is that, see, for the communication purpose, we used radio controller, radio signal. Okay. The radio controllers option is there. Range. Okay. 10 km range radio controller are there. 5 km radio controller are there. It's purely operation by the radio frequency, 2.4 gigahertz or 918 megahertz. That kind of frequency is there. Okay. For example, if you're using 10 km radio controller, which is having a 2.4 gigahertz frequency, you can easily operate the drone 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, sir. Easily.
Okay, we can operate.
So
We
there
can
will be
operate.
no
Okay,
range
okay.
no range restrictions are there. Some obstructions are there, means signal will be interrupt. That time you can control the drone carefully. If signal disconnect also not an issue, the drone comes to your home position.
Okay, like you said, then home to position, home to
Yeah,
back to home
RTH,
position.
RTH. Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. If it is a deep forest also, we can use for it.
Yes, yes,
If
yes,
it is a
yes.
deep forest also. Okay,
Yes,
because
sir.
why I'm saying now, because we cannot maybe move enter the corresponding zone because it is a hill area or the deep
Mm-hmm.
forest. There is the huge number of trees are there. If you plan for using the drone or for some purposes we are using the drone, can you manageable? Are we
Yes, yes,
manageable?
easily manageable. Easily manageable.
Okay,
Okay, see,
okay. Thank you.
it having a camera, right? So you can send the drone, you can get the visual in the remote controller in the display. Okay, so easily you can operate. It also consists
Okay.
of obstacle avoidance, so it cannot hit any objects or any
Like
tree.
leader. Okay. So okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Thank
you, sir.
you.
Sir,
Hello, sir.
to this
Yes, sir.
drones carrying the base
Yeah,
stations
sir.
4G or
Sir, I have one
5G,
question.
how it
Yes,
will
sir.
be?
Yes.
For example, sir, if you increase the speed of the drone, that means the more current will be drawn, will get drawn by the motors, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, in order to have better life of the motors, so the how the current protections will be taken care in case of drone design.
Okay, the current production, right, sir? Sir,
Yes, sir.
actually, for example, before manufacturing, okay, we choose the motors first. Okay, for example, the scenario you can consider 25 kg drones we are making for agriculture purposes. Okay, so if you are used to 6 motor in the sense 25 kg divided by 6. Okay, so at least the each motor should give a 4 kg of thrust. Correct,
Okay.
sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the 4 kg of thrust, each motor, at least 4 kg of thrust, the motor should be given. So when we choose the motor, in the motor itself, we have to do testing. We have a test bench. Continuously, we are running the motors. We can get the data from the motors. For example, okay, 10% rotation. What is the current consumption? Like 5 amps. 20%, what is the current consumption? 6 amps. Like the 10, 20, 30, till 100, we have to do test, sir. For example, 100, it will consume 20 amps. Okay. The entire drone, we have to design for max current, 20 amps or 25 amps. So then there will be no issue for overcurrent, right?
Okay, sir.
Why?
Okay, so in
Because
that
100%, yes.
in that case, what is the role of then electronic speed controller? Will it act as a media to protect current protection for the motor?
Yeah. That ESC also protect the current over current as well. If you the ESC is how it works now. For example, if you give a 10% throttle, it will receive the input. The same 10% throttle give to the motor. Okay. For example, unfortunately, the over current will happen. Na? ESC protect the over current till some time. Okay. For example, this 25 kg thrust motor, 4 kg thrust is given. Na? So it have some restriction. Max current protection is 40 amps. Okay.
Okay.
For example, motor max current is 30 amps.
Correct.
We have to choose 40 amps ESC. greater than the motor capacity. Okay, so mostly it cannot beyond 30 amps. Why? Because 100% is the 30 amps,
Yes.
but we
Yes.
choose to 40 amps ESC.
Okay.
Okay, easily it will overcome. If it is comes to 30 amps now, it will withstand around 180 seconds. So automatically it will automatically switch off the ESC. So there will be no issues. So we can use for the 40 amps ESC means the maximum current of the motor is 30 amps. So easily it withstand the current.
Okay. In the same case, the protection of the battery has to be taken care of, because it is a high potential stored voltage that drone is carrying.
Correct, sir. Okay. So now we come to the current part. Now, so whenever you choose the battery, okay, the battery discharge capacity is very important role in drone. Okay, the 6 motor required 10 amps, 60 amps. The battery should be at least dispatched. That means discharge around 60 amps, right?
Right. Correct.
So you should choose the battery based on the C rating, discharge rate. For example, if all motor required 60 or 70 amps, you just choose the battery with the 70 amps discharge capacity. So it will easily gives a battery. There will be no issue, right?
Yes. Yes.
That is what is.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, let us say the drones are used for the first responding system during some what you say earthquakes or some kind of tufan kind of conditions.
Sir,
Then
actually, your voice is very low, sir. Can you speak some louder?
am I audible now, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, let us say drone is used for disaster recovery, for establishing base stations and all.
Okay.
So if it has to support 4G or 5G, like how it works, sir? What should be like the configuration?
No, yes, sir. Sir, there are three communication methods we are using, sir. Okay. One is the radio, another one is the telemetry, another one is the 4G. Okay. For example, if 4G is not available, we can use the radio signal. If radio signal not available, we can use for the telemetry signal. Okay. If telemetry is not available, we can use a 4G. So it really depends on the location. Some locations are 4G signals are not there. So that location we used for radio signal. So that is not an issue, sir. We can use all three signal for the communication purpose. Which is not there, we can use other signal. All are combined in the same drones.
No, sir. What I am asking is, let us say there is some cyclone,
Okay.
then the tower has collapsed. Then
Okay.
there are the cases, some tethered drones, something people are saying, where it
Okay.
will maybe powered through some cable and it will act as a tower kind of thing.
Okay, sir. You are asking the tether drone, right?
Huh.
Okay, sir. Sir, tether drone is nothing but the normal drone. Okay. The normal drone which is powered by the battery, onboard battery in the drone. The tether drone is the ground unit have some power. Okay, ground unit have some direct power from the electricity, so it will continuously give a current to the drones with a wire. It a limited flying condition. Okay, if the wire length is 120 meter, the drone will operate around only 120 meter altitude. The power will drone power get it from ground station, like wire. Continuous current is sent from ground station to drone with wire, sir. This is the tether method which is used for disaster management and all.
This is fine, sir. But that drone, for how many users it will provide communication? That's what my question. Like how it works.
No. It's purely what band of signal you are used in the drone. Okay, for example, the higher capacity of, for example, consider if disaster happened, so some Atal or Geo service provider they place the tether drone for the internet purposes, right? Okay, the telephone what service provider, what type of band or which range they install, that particular area only they will cover, sir. The signal and the drone is separate. Service provider only choose the bandwidth of the internet area.
So based on the capacity of that payload, it can support. In
Correct.
general, like did you see any of that kind of thing? How many users it will support, something like that? Is there any limitation, or it will work as a normal
No,
tower?
it will limitation, right? See, if you go with some huge crowded area, you can having facing some internet issue, right?
Yes.
The same scenario worked in this area, this scenario as well. Previous they used mobile tower, you know, right? For example, stadiums, Chepak Stadium, for the high crowd.
That only I am asking, sir. That only I am asking.
They used mobile tower, but currently they have started to use some 5G network in the drone, tether drone, but it's limited only, sir. It's purely based on the users. If you put a 5 drones or 10 drones, if you increase the number of drones, you can get very good signal.
Sir, last question, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
High-end drones, what could be the typical speeds, sir?
Speed of the drone, or else you are asking?
Speed of the drone, sir.
Sir, drone, for example, multi-rotor, you can use 20 meters per second.
Okay. For military purpose and all, high-end
military
drones.
18 meters per second drones also there, 120 meters per second drones also there. It comes under FPV, a first person view. Okay, so that is, there will be no stability and all. You can operate acro mode. You can use it that drones for 120 kilometer, 130 kilometer per hour.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I have
Sir.
one more question. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you develop a drone for some purpose of applications, we develop for
Okay.
personally in academic institution has developed. Is there
Okay.
any necessity to get a regulation or what do you call how we can any regulatory body is there for getting approved for it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is what I told initially itself, right? The entire drone, not like the drone. So the aircraft, the manned aircraft, entire controlled by Ministry of Civil Aviation. Okay, under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Director of General Civil Aviation is the DGC. All the drones, rules, everything controlled by DGC, Director of General Civil Aviation.
Okay,
Yes, okay. The classifications are there, right? 250 gram, 2 kg, 10 kg. Some classifications are there. Based on the classification, drone rules are different. If you operate a drone in India, nano category drone, you don't require any license. If you operate a small category, you require a license.
Okay. But for if example 20 kg payload of 20 kg of the drone, if you have to fly we are developing.
Yes,
when you supposed to fly means we have to give we have to claim the authority from the DGC. Yes, sir.
No. See, it's purely based on the what purpose you are using. Okay, if you are using commercial purpose, you just enough a license. Okay, if it is educational purpose, you don't require any permissions.
Okay. For further for education,
yeah,
for project work and all,
yes.
they are developing. So before getting to practice, I have to get any like regulation authority.
No, sir.
Nothing.
Only you have to check the zone of the area, like green zone, red zone, yellow zone. Okay. Yellow zone, red zone restricted for drone operation.
Okay.
Green zone you can operate without permission.
Geographically, how we can find it the green and yellow zone like that? Is there any?
I will. One of the thing is digital sky is there. Okay. I will share the thing. Okay, in the group chat.
Okay. Okay.
You can see.
Okay. In that they have listed about the zones and all. Okay.
Yeah. Everything is available.
Okay.
Sir, actually, the next session is going to be about rules and regulations, sir.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
fine.
So that we'll discuss in detail.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Sir, there is one final question, sir. It has been in the chat box that
Yes, sir.
Shivakumar sir is asking whether there is any BLDC motor manufacturer in India.
Yes, there, sir. The company name is called the Vector Techniques. One of the Indian manufacturers are there. There are a few more vendors are there in manufactured by India, sir. So we are also in the start of initial design stage. We'll start the production by next year, sir. The BLDC motor. Okay.
Vector Technology, I think it is in Bangalore or Hyderabad, sir.
Some Bangalore, Hyderabad based company, I think so.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Valuable chats questions are there. We'll close it.
Yes, sir. You can go through. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, good evening. This is Sultan
Good
from
evening.
Sanjay Ghoda University. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, when you are allowing that the fertilizer drones to fly under that high voltage lines,
Mm-hmm.
it's showing that the magnetic field detections because that the EB persons are they are fixing that height based on that field only.
Mm-hmm.
So when our drones are fly under that high voltage lines up to 10 feet or 15 feet for fertilizing, it's shown that the magnetic field detection. Is this any possible to remove that the magnetic field detections in that software?
Yes, 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 yes. So we cannot remove in the magnetic field the software, sir. Okay. So
Okay.
actually, every drones having some little magnetic interference are there. Okay.
Okay.
So that is what we are protected that IMU sensor in the FC flight control. Inside the flight control IMU sensor there. Okay. In the
Okay.
IMU sensor, we are protected very high interference materials like magnetic interference. Okay,
Okay.
but it will some limited only. For example, the drone goes some high capacity of electromagnetic field. Okay, that
Okay.
time it cannot withstand. Okay, if you able to withstand that, we have to install some separate RTK device.
Okay.
Okay, so we can integrate some RTK device. RTK device is nothing but real kinematic device, which is provide a higher signal to the drones, the satellite
Okay.
signal.
Okay.
Okay, it will give a correction position to the
Because,
drones.
um, sorry, sir, what happened in this nowadays that manufacturers are manufacturing the drones and sell that those for the normal persons using the drones. They are
Correct,
don't
correct.
know about that what are that happening beyond that flying under that high voltage lines.
Mm-hmm.
So they are facing that many issues. So
Correct,
please
sir.
consider
Correct.
that thing.
Yeah, options are there, sir. RTK enabled drones withstand that electromagnetic field.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir.
I think it's time we can conclude, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time, sir. It has been a wonderful session, and hope to continue your relationship with Hindustan. And
Yes,
if
sir. Sure,
time
sir.
permits, I would like to visit your company also in future, sir. Thank you,
Sure,
sir.
sir. Sure, sir. I'll
Thank
post
you,
my
sir.
number also in that group, sir. Is there any doubt
Yes,
related drones or anything? You just contact
sure,
me.
sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Participants, we are going to start with the next session. So the next section is going to be
Sarvana Kumar, sir.
about. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I will give that.
Yes, sir.
Dear
Yes.
participants, the next session will be handled by Mr. V. Saravana Kumar, who is the co-coordinator for this Atal sponsored FDP. Mr. V. Saravana Kumar, who is working as assistant professor in the Department of Aeronautical Engineering of Hindustan College of Engineering Technology. And he is the in charge for drone laboratory of our institute, and he is the in charge for unmanned air vehicle club. Sir has vast experience in this drone specialization. Sir is going to cover the topic drone regulations and legal framework. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Saravana Kumar, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Hope the screen is visible.
Make it full screen, sir, please.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your introduction, sir. I'll try to share the entire screen so that I think it will be. Yes. So as many of the participants who are faculty over here, we have certain doubts regarding what is the rules and regulation to be followed. Since we are an educational institution, we develop our own drone, we innovate certain things with respect to sensor, with respect to material selection, with respect to flight controller. But when we want to commercialize it, there are certain regulations to be followed, and to operate a drone there are certain regulations to be followed. So before we get into the topic, I just wanted to take a few of your minutes to explain what we are doing in Hindustan for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll get into the drone regulation. And Hindustan is one of remote pilot training organization, RPTO, which I'll be explaining in detail about what is RPTO because that comes under drone rules and regulations. So we are one of the remote pilot training organization in the state of Tamil Nadu, and we were the second in the state of Tamil Nadu. As of now, I think there is 11 RPTOs available in Tamil Nadu. We were the second after MIT. So our RPTO was inaugurated by Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Sri M.K. Stalin, in the year 2022. So these are the assembly centers we have, and these are the training and simulators, separate simulator setup we have, and we have ground for flying, and we have center of excellence in Hindustan where we do certain services like flower showering. If there is any festival in the temple, we do flower showering, we do holy water spraying. So that we do as a part of a service. And also we train government ITA students. We have government ITA assigned MOU with a drone center of excellence and unmanned aerial vehicle club where we train the students of government ITA drone trade. There is only 2 ITAs in Tamil Nadu, which is Chennai and Coimbatore, where they have started a drone trade in ITI with the NSDC syllabus. And so we are proud partners, and we are training the students through guest lectures, workshops, and other mode of technology transfer. And we are also training NCC, NSS cadets in our college. We are training agriculture department students from our center of excellence in drone assembly, agriculture drone assembly, mapping, and all those things. We also train other college students, polytechnic college students, and we also send our students for the competition. We conduct drone championship event, and we participate in several innovation hackathons all around the state of Tamil Nadu and India. So since I have been associated with all these activities, and since I have been looking into or part of RPTO, so I'm here to explain about the rules and regulations related to the drones in our country. We have discussed a lot about what is drones and what are the flight controllers, sensor fusion, AI driven. Now my topic is why we need to regulate a drone. See, that is the most important point. See, to ensure public safety, protect privacy, and prevent conflicts with other aircraft and property, we need to regulate a drone. That is the reason why drone regulations have been developed in our country. It has been developed only in the year 2016, 17, 18. That is the time where our country started to concentrate on developing a drone regulation, thanks to companies like Idea Forge, and there is Drone Federation of India, which is an NGO organization. Few companies at the time, they were insisting the government, Ministry of Civil Aviation. So through that, we have reached to a position where there is we have strict drone regulations, and we are probably in 2020-30 we will be achieving of becoming world's drone hub with all these regulations in place. So as I said, to ensure public safety, protect privacy, and prevent conflicts with other aircraft and property, regulations are very, very important. I just wanted to play 2 videos so that it will be, the one which is on the left hand side is actually a music concert that happened in Chennai. Okay, so I have muted. Fine. So you can see on the left hand side, I hope the visuals are there. He's a vocalist from India. He's performing, and you can see a drone crashing on him. It's an accident, but still, these are things that is, pushing our drone regulations and pushing the operators, the RPTOs, to ensure that we train the operators carefully, and we train them at different environment, because this is a different environment. It is a challenging environment because there will be a lot of noise, a lot of music, dance, people are dancing, and concentration is very, very important here. And there is one more video on the right hand side. So he is traveling in the middle of a sea, I believe. You can see the wind direction is different. He is taking off in a different direction. So that ended up in a accident. You can see here. And there is, you can see, and wind direction is different, and he's trying. Obviously, it's in the middle of the sea, so drone will come in the opposite direction, the wind of the direction. I mean, he understood that there is some problem, so he changed it. He changed the orientation so that now he is able to fly properly. So this is a small example which I wanted to explain. So before we get into, okay. So next, when we talk about manufacturing a drone, we being in a research institution or being an institution, we try to build a drone. There are cases where we will be interested to buy a drone. There are many drone startups in India who are selling the drones. There are even online platform now developed where you can purchase a drone. Even there are authorized DJI sellers. DJI is a company which is Chinese China based company, but still they have authorized DJI resellers, and few in, I believe it is in, there are few in Bangalore, there are few in Mumbai also. And if it, when it comes to cinematography, or when it comes to taking photograph, video, people depend upon DJI. Even till now there are no any other company who has developed and who are able to provide that quality of drone for videography and photography. So DJI plays a major role in that particular category. If you want to buy some other agriculture drone, drone for surveillance or for other application, there are so many startups here. They are ready to provide. Okay, I wanted to tell what is DJI. DJI is a Danjan Innovation. It is a Chinese technology company. They are known for their stability, precision, versatility. They started in 2007, founded by Frank Wang, and they developed their first drone only in 2013. So they had 7 years of R&D, 7 years of research, 7 years of building their own flight controller, their own gimbal, their own camera, their own sensors, and sensor fusion of sensors. They took 7 years to release their first drone, which is on 2013 in the name of Phantom. Many of you might have seen there is a white drone which operates inside a marriage hall. Now it has been replaced with the Mavic series, and there are Air 2S, so many other versions are there, other models are there. So that was initially their first product in 2013. So DJI has taken 7 years complete dedication towards developing their own product. They concentrated on material. At one point of time, India declared that no need license. They need certain. India declared that there are rules set in place, and only a drone with less than 240 or 250 grams, no need license. That was at one point of time, and suddenly DJI started developing a drone where they developed a drone for 249 grams, because they want to capture, they want to sustain the Indian market. So they developed a drone for 249 gram, so that people, those are getting it or importing it, they don't need any license. They can fly in the green zone. So this is about the DJI. I just wanted to tell here. Now we are getting into the major part of my presentation. There are three zones which, being our, since we are going to work in this particular industry, or if we are interested in, there are three zones. One is green zone, red zone, and yellow zone. As I have mentioned here, the green zones are the areas where drone can be operated without any prior permission. Without any permission, you can operate, but there are limitation in terms of the height that we are going to uh, uh, fly the drone. And yellow zone is area where you need to get a permission from ATC, that is nearest airport, ATC from the nearest airport, and also there is a restriction in terms of height that you are going to fly. Red zone is the area where it is completely prohibited. You are not supposed to fly. It is near to an airport or around an airport from a distance, military location or border areas, where sensitive areas like nuclear power plants, wildlife sanctuaries. So these are the areas where we are not supposed to fly the drones. At this point, I just wanted to take you to the digital sky portal where yes, I hope the digital sky portal. So this is the digital sky portal which has been developed by Director General of Civil Aviation. You can see on top. So it has been developed by Director General of Civil Aviation. Uh, it has been. You can see on the right hand side there are n number of details available, type certification, unique identification number. Those are the things that I'm going to take you for next half an hour. So there is an option in digital sky, that is airspace option. The previously, I think Manikandan sir or someone was mentioning, how to find whether the area where I am, whether it belongs to a green zone or yellow zone or red zone. So I'll just take you. I'm just zooming in. I'm just take you to the place where our college is located. So all these are green zones. Whatever you can see, all these are green zones. So all these are green zones, which means this is where our college is located. These are green zone, so you no need to any permission. Being an educational institution, if you are going to make a trial flight inside our campus, no need any permission. But when you are going to demonstrate or when you are going to moving away from our institution, we need to look into all these zones. So Hindustan falls in a green zone. I'll just move away. You can see at some point I'm getting the outer yellow circle, which means I need to be very conscious when I'm flying here. And there are areas where I can see inner yellow circle, and there is area where red zone is also visible. These red zones are closer to airport or or area where landing and taking off of an aircraft or if it's possible. So that is why it has been marked as a red zone. You can see here airport. This is the runway of an airport, Coimbatore International Airport. So it becomes obviously it becomes a red zone. So when I have taken this, it is live one I have taken from the Digital Sky website. So if you want, I can share this link in our WhatsApp group so that when you are flying your drone, you can just check before flying. So coming back to the presentation, so these are the three zones that we have to concentrate. Red zone, inner yellow zone, outer yellow zone, and green zone. So 12 kilometer, we have to be very conscious when it comes to flying a zone within 12-kilometer radius. I'm talking about for airport or air base, which are restricted. Okay, so there are global regulatory bodies are available, like FAA is taking care of your drones classification rules in United States, and for European Union, European countries, EASA is taking care of the categories and certification process. For Australia, Civil Aviation Safety Authority is taking care of all the rules and regulation. When it comes to India, Government of India, with the help of Ministry of Civil Aviation, they have made Director General of Civil Aviation to develop drone rules, which initially was developed in 2018, and it was given to a public opinion, and then they revised it. There were so many revision taking place. Even probably next year we might get some revision. Whatever I'm saying to it today might not be available for in the next year. There might be some limit changes based on the comments or feedback from the manufacturers, from the operators. Our Director General of Civil Aviation is working on. So I'm going to talk about the drone rules of 2021 and what are the categories available. Okay, so this is the timeline as we were talking about. In October 2014, DGCA imposed a ban on non-government use of drone, and in August 2020, 18, the first drone regulation were introduced by DGCA. So that was the time when our countries started to think more about drones and manufacturing drones, and probably 2030 we'll be achieving becoming a world's drone hub. So in August 2018, they introduced, and then in March 2021, Ministry of Civil Aviation introduced UAS Rules 2021, and August 2021, after the feedback, as I mentioned earlier, after the feedback, they recreated some changes, and they again developed or released the Drone Rules 2021. So what next? As I said, we are going to become global drone hub. Categorization, this the category that I am talking about with respect to digital sky, with respect to drone rules. Whatever I am talking about is with respect to drone rules. So unmanned aircraft systems in India fall into three categories. One is airplane, uh, rotorcraft, and hybrid unmanned aircraft system. Furthermore, this can also be categorized as RPAS. See, in all the rules and all the documents that we come across with respect to digital sky, you will be seeing only RPAS. You will be coming across the term RPAS. There won't be any term like drone or unmanned aerial vehicle. More often, it will be a remotely piloted aircraft system. And model remotely piloted aircraft system is what we develop in our institution. We prototype. What we develop in our institution, that comes as one of the subcategory. And third one is autonomous unmanned aircraft system. So these categories are with respect to digital sky, with respect to drone rules. As many of our resource person have already pointed out, DGCA has categorized drone only based on the weight. Nano less than 250 gram, micro 250 to 2 grams, and small 2 grams to 2 kg to 25 kg, medium 25 to 150 kg, and large it is in military application. And most important thing is, any individual who want to take a drone license, they can opt only for two category. One is small and then medium. So any individual, whether it is any individual, I'll be telling you what is the procedure and what are the things to be done to get a license. They can opt only for two category. One is small and medium, as per the rules 2021 DGCA rules 2021, and medium and large category completely taken care by defense sector. So drone registration and licensing, that is what we are going to concentrate. And for drone, say, let me put it in this way. Say if we want to register a drone, you might ask why we need to register. See, if you want to sell a drone in our country, or if you want to operate a drone in our country for any kind of a service, XYZ, any kind of a service, we need to register and obtain a UIN number, which is unique identification number. It is exclusively for that particular drone. See, latest regulation says that for getting a license to apply for a UIN number, whether you are a manufacturer or a operator, you need to study, you need to submit so many documents with respect to digital sky. Only then it is possible for any individual or a company to achieve. I'll just again go through that particular website. So this is the home page of digital sky portal, where say if I want to register, I can register. I'm just clicking the option register here on top, right top. There's two options. One is login, the other one is register. Once we are registered, we can log in with our username and password. So I am registering. The question that comes here is, yeah, I think it is now visible. Yes, there are 5 questions. We have to select anyone, whether I want to use a UAS, or I am a UAS manufacturer or importer. Again, importer is a very important word when it comes to, you can import a drone from other country, but there are certain rules to be followed separately, other than what a normal, say if I am buying a drone from an Indian manufacturer, the process is different. If I get a drone from other country, the process is different. There are certain things that we have to do in addition to what a person who's getting a drone from India is doing. So I have to specify whether I want to use a UAS, or I'm a manufacturer or importer, or I want to become an RPTO. See, being an educational institution, if you want to become a remotely pilot training organization, which means you can train pilots, you can train your students or students from other colleges or anybody who's qualified or who met the eligibility criteria, you can train them, you can become an RPTO. So that is what remotely pilot training organization. So you can click that. If you want to become a certified remote pilot, if any individual want to become a pilot, they can click this and they can go for it. Then this is authorized testing entity. If you want to become an authorized testing entity, I say I'll come back to this when we discuss about how to get a type certification. There is one more point is called type certification. Okay, so now say I can say I want to use a drone. I'm a manufacturer or importer. Okay, an Indian manufacturer or importer. It is the next question. I'm clicking here an Indian manufacturer, whether it is an individual or a company. So if we run a startup, we have to put as a company. If we by ourselves, if we are developing, we can go for an individual. And once it is done, there will be we have to answer all these four. We have to fill all these. One, full name of the applicant. Here again, the problem is we have to give the full name as in our Aadhaar card, and also we need to have that mobile number which is linked with the Aadhaar card. Only that mobile number should be the mobile number over here, and email address should be a valid email address, and then password. So these are the credentials that you're supposed to give as an applicant. Once it is done, I give you an example at this point. There is one of our student. He wants to manufacture. He gone for it, but earlier 6 months before, I think 6 or 8 months before, there were passport also becomes a mandatory document. Not only this particular Aadhaar card, passport also was a mandatory document. In passport, his name is different from what is in Aadhaar card. Usually in Aadhaar card, say we add our father name also. If it is, say for example, Saravana Kumar V, which means Saravana Kumar Velusamy. But in passport, we'll be using only Saravana Kumar V. But if that doesn't match, then there will be a query for you. So those are the things that is very, very important when you're filling an application, whether it is an RPTO or an manufacturer, or if you want to become a, because in our RPTO, there are so many people who are coming in, they are studying, but they don't have that phone number which is attached with their Aadhaar card. So it is very difficult for us. We cannot able to create a login for him in this digital portal. So he has to change. So he has to complete the process of changing, linking the mobile number which he is currently using with the Aadhaar card. Once it is done, he has to come back for the RPTO. There is RPC. To get RPC. RPC is nothing but remote pilot certification. So this is the entire process. Once we give all these details, there will be OTP will be coming to your mobile as well as email address. Once it is done, then you are registered, which means you are just created a login. Then again you have to log into your say you have to log in here, and again whatever, whether you are going to take apply a manufacturer, and you have to get a type certification, or you want to get a UAN number, all those things can be done. The next question, once your login, will be what category of a drone, whether it is a rotorcraft or it is an autonomous, and also it asks the subcategory. So all those things to be filled. Only then you might get a UAN number, and there is a fees also applicable. I'll just go back to the presentation. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you need to give name, word. Once the verification done, OTP will be in both mobile and email. Okay, so once you're getting your UAN number, you have to make sure the drone that you have registered as a type certification. As I mentioned earlier, now we are going to talk about what is a type certification. See, to get a UAN number, I have already mentioned you need to pay a fees of 100 rupees with the necessary document. Once it is, see, UAN number is nothing but for engine, there is a chase number. Likewise, it is an identification number. Even there is a rule that you have to mention the number in the drone. You have to mention your UAN number in the drone. So that is also very, very important. That UA number DGCA is providing will be linked with the unique serial number of the drone. Unique serial number of the drone. I hope I can see, you can see here. I'll show you where the unique number will be available. On the left hand side, there is DJ Mavic 3. Inside the battery compartment, you can see a barcode where you will find a serial number of this particular drone, which is being given by the manufacturer of the drone. For this case, it is DJI. You have to link this serial number with the unique identification number. Only then it is safe to operate. So on the right hand side, you can see Phantom series drone, where in one of the drone you will be seeing at the tail portion of the drone, and another drone it is on the battery compartment. Battery compartment is nothing but it is the place where you are going to place the battery. So to get a UAN number, there is a procedure, and you have to mention what is the type of a drone, whether it is a type certified drone, and also you have to link your UAN number with the serial number of the drone. Okay. Again, I'll go through the. I'm going through this digital platform so that it will be helpful for us. You can see here type certification. So next we are going to learn about what is type certification. Okay, fine. Say if we are going to develop a drone on our own, we are going to develop a drone from our laboratory. Okay, if we are going to, we will be developing a drone for an application, right? Whether it is flower showering, or whether it is for surveying, or whether even there are called, we have developed an anti-ragging drone, and we are developing a solar drone. These are challenges. There are challenges in all those things. We have already discussed, there were questions earlier in the session about solar drone, solar power drone. There are challenges, but we are, say, imagine that we have completed and we have developed a drone and we want to sell it in the market, or we want to make it as a service for some XYZ company. For that, we need to get a type certification from Digital Sky, that is from Director General of Civil Aviation. So that is the main thing here. Once we get type certification, it will be easy for us to to concentrate and to sell it, and we can concentrate more on doing innovations. But to get type certification, there is a process. Again, you have to create an account. You can see here, you have to create your account profile in the Digital Sky platform. That is where we are available, and you have to give a prototype UAS. We have to mention as prototype UAS from the dashboard, fill the details required, and preview the type certification form, and then you have to pay amount. Okay, these amounts differ from the different options, whether it is a UAN number, or whether it is an RPTO, or whether you are going to get a license, the amount differs. So once everything is done, you will be given a type certification. So with that type certification, you can sell your drone to to other clients, or you can do it as a service. But while applying for the type certification, you need to produce certain documents. Say for example, if you are doing any testing, we have to give a testing report to that particular person who's inspecting. There are testing regulatory bodies available, agencies available. They will dismantle entire drone, and they will be verifying all the components one by one. Only if they are satisfied, it will be moving to the next phase. Okay. So that is what type certification. I'll go to type certification. Yeah. So this is the procedure, as I mentioned earlier. Okay. So a drone design details are to be submitted with specification, and also for what purpose we are getting a type certification. Type certification, what purpose we have made a drone. So we need to convey perfectly to that particular in that Digital Sky, because only based on that the testing will be done. We have to submit a test reports regarding structural, electrical, and software components, and proof of compliance with the NPNT. NPNT also we have discussed. One of our resource person have discussed. It is a no permission, no takeoff. That is also very geofencing, kind of a geofencing, which is also very important. Payload capacity, intended use case, safety features like geofencing. As I told already, return to home. When in the previous session, there was one faculty was asking return to home about return to home. So return to home option also to be ensured, and it has to be documented, and fail safe system. So all those things should be provided, or these are the documents that you are supposed to submit to get a type certification. And then there are several testing agencies available, which is appointed by DGCA. Here, I have already shown you, we can become a testing agency. Being an institution, or if you have a center of excellence, or if you have some drone laboratory, if you have some testing facility, we can become a testing agency, so that we will be in a position to test the drones that is coming for type certification with the help of DGCA. So the drone undergoes evaluation for airworthiness, whether it is fit for flying, that is what airworthiness, operational safety, whether it follows the NPNT, and whether it has a geofencing, and whether the GPS is accurate, and all those things, data security, everything will be analyzed by the testing agency or evaluated by the testing agency. Once it is done, we will be getting a type certification for the. I think many of you might be in LinkedIn. You might have, if you are following any companies like Idea Force or Garudan, which is in Chennai, or some other. There are so many companies. Aero 360, which is in Chennai. Even Coimbatore, there is one more Garudan available. There are so many companies in Tamil Nadu as well as all over India. In the LinkedIn page, they would have mentioned we have got a type certification from DGCA. We have got type certification for our agriculture drone, which means they are they have gone through all these process. They have applied in Digital Sky. It is 6 to 8 months of process. It depends upon there are so many factors. Depends upon so many factors, but it takes 6 to 8 months. They conduct so many tests. Once we fail, we can go back again after 2 to 4 months. Again we can apply for type certification. They might come up, they might give some, they might raise some queries regarding the test report, which again we have to ensure, and which again we have to submit it from other agency. So it is, there is a process available. What I'm trying to say is, there is a standard, there is a process which is strictly available in our country. And before we go into drone insurance, there is new terminology which is available. That is drone insurance. I would like to take you to RPC, pilot license. See, many of our students might be interested in operating a drone. So whether it is, we can operate our drone inside our college, there is no problem, because it is a private property, and there is no problem with it. But when we are going it for any purpose, when we are doing it as a service, or when we are training someone outside our campus, we need to be very conscious about the zones, whether it is a yellow zone, green zone, or red zone. And also the person who's operating must have a approved license, which is nothing but RPC, which means it is remotely remote pilot certificate. This RPC can be obtained from a DGCA approved RPTO, which is nothing but remotely piloted training organization. As I mentioned in the first slide, we are one among them. I'll take you again. See, you can see I'm going back to Digital Sky. Whatever the rules and regulations, whatever we want to follow, we are depend only upon this particular platform. Okay, so here you can see training. I'm clicking an option called training. So DGCA authorized remote pilot training organization. There are several RPTOs available. Total count is 143 as of now in our country. In India, I think there is, sorry, in Tamil Nadu, there is 11 RPTOs available. Okay, so you can see the list of RPTOs that are available. Student or any individual want to get RPC, they have to approach any of this particular RPTO to get the license. There are, you can see RPTO authorization, syllabus for remote pilot training organization, training and procedure, everything is available in this particular portal. So it is all about using this portal to our best of our knowledge. It is all about using this. Okay. So what is the eligibility? Whether anybody can get a RPC, there is an eligibility criteria. An age should be not less than 18 years and a passed 10th, minimum qualification is 10th, and he or she must complete training from an authorized RPTO. And earlier, the passport was mandatory. Now only Aadhaar card is mandatory. Aadhaar card and the mobile number that is linked with the Aadhaar card is very, very important. And validity of the certificate is only for 10 years. I think none of them would have, many might be asking me or thinking about what happens after 10 years. I think none of them have reached 10 years. So I think probably the first person who has got RPC in our country will be reaching it only in 2022. Sorry, that is 2032. I'm talking about after 10 years, 2032. So only then, the process will be finalized. Now they have certain things in place, but still only after 2030 or 2031, we will be knowing what is the procedure to renew the particular license. Okay, so renewal is followed under Rule 46. See, there are rules, Rule 40, 41, 46 for UAN number. There is a rule to be followed for getting type certification. Rule to be followed for getting RPC. Rule 46 to be followed. Okay, so procedure for obtaining RPC. It is actually 7 days of training given in a authorized RPTO. So whether if you go to any RPTO under category, so RPTO will have two categories. There are RPTO which give license exclusively for small category. There are RPTO which give license for small and medium. Only these are the two category of RPTOs available. So you have to finalize what category, whether you are going to go for rotorcraft or water. But we have only rotorcraft is the main category, and subcategory maybe whether it is a RPAS or other option. And all the drones that we are operating should be within our line of sight. So that is very, very important. I'll take you to that. Coming back to the procedure, there it is a 7 days of training. Day 1 and 2, there will be a theory about what is a drone, basics of drone will be taught, because the qualification is 10th. The individual must have some knowledge about what is a drone, what are the controls in the drone, and what are the controls, how to control a drone, what are the forces acting on a drone, what are the components available in the drone. He or she must know what is a motor, what is the function of a motor, ESC, battery, and battery maintenance is a huge topic. Maintaining a lithium polymer battery is a huge topic. Even to take a battery it is not possible to take a battery from one place to another place in our country, whether it is through train or whether it is to flight. There are certain rules to be followed. I think many of them allow as a hand luggage, and some airlines have a separate rule for it. Okay, so coming back, 2 days of theory, and there will be an assembly session where you will be taught about how to assemble a drone, a basic quadcopter or a hexacopter. It depends upon the RPTO. And once it is done, the verification of the documents, which is nothing but Aadhaar card, will be verified, and the Aadhaar card linked with the mobile number will be verified. So once it is done, verification done, you will be created. There will be a page created with your name, or login created with your name in Digital Sky. Once it is done, there will be simulator training. There will be a test in the simulator training. Even whatever you learned in the first 2 days, there will be a test, MCQ, multiple choice test, and then simulator training, simulator test will be there. Then on ground, real time training with two transmitters. There's two controller. The trainer will have one controller, and the person who's going to get license will have another controller. So it is like master and slave control. So once the training is done, you will be individually operating a drone, and there will be some time will be spent on flying a drone at night, so that there might be a case where we would be flying a drone at nights. So at that time also will be useful. So these trainings are done. It is 7 days of training when it comes to one category. If you're going to go for two category like small and medium, I think MIT is they are taking 10 days for training for both category small and medium. So once it is done, after once everything is done, once you have completed all the tests and everything is done, you will be getting your remote pilot certification through Digital Sky platform. through the login that you have created, or the RPTO will be creating you the login. From in that you can obtain after 15 days. After 15 days. So that is the procedure. 7 days of training if it comes to a one category. Whether it is a small, it will be 7 days of training. If you are going for small and medium, it will be 10 days of training. Again, I am going back to Digital Sky, and again I'll take you to. You can see here training. I have remote pilots. Say if you want to know whether the person I am, calling in, or the person I am going to give my drone, and I'm going to take him for services, or I'm going to with the help of that particular person, if I'm going to do some services, if I want to know whether he's having the particular license, whether his name is enlisted in Digital Sky, I'll show you an example so that it will be useful for all. I'll just take you to one of my student who has obtained his RPC. So this is how an RPC will be. So this is how a certificate will be. I hope it is visible. Yes. So this is how a certificate will be. It is being generated in the Digital Sky portal. So this is the certificate number. Okay. So this certificate number is very, very important. I'm just copying the certificate number and I'm searching the certificate number where I will be getting his name. The serial number 9375 Sedubadi has completed from MIT Center for Aerospace Research, and this particular license is issued in 10th May 2023, which means he is eligible or he is having a validity of 2033. So that is, you can see here endorsement details where you can see the category of UAS, it is rotorcraft, subcategory RPAS, and also autonomous, class of UAS small category, and it should be VLOS, visual line of sight. It cannot be behind visual line of sight. It should be visual line of sight. So this is the RPC. This is how an RPC looks. So once an individual complete all the process, this is how an RPC looks. Okay. So that is what I want to tell about RPC. And type certification we have already discussed. Drone insurance, very recently there are many people are discussing about drone insurance. The reason why people are discussing about drone insurance is that we are say for example there are companies those are working with government for several projects. There is Garudan Aerospace in Chennai. They are working with the government of Tamil Nadu for several projects, and even that is Daksha, which is in Chennai. They are also working with the government project. If being an individual, or if we have some if we are running our own startup, or if you have an idea of starting your own startup in terms of drone, if we have a drone, if you want to do some government project, it is very important that you insure or that you do some insurance for your drone, so that if there is any damage when you are performing the government project, it will be very, very helpful. So that is the reason why the drone insurance have been developed, and even now people are concentrating on it. If you want to know where, how to find drone insurance, what are the companies available, like I believe Tata is providing Tata General Insurance, HDFC, Bajaj Alliance. There are who are working with motor vehicles also. They are doing certain insurance for drone. The key coverage in this drone insurance will be physical damage, third party liability, payload coverage, personal accident coverage. All these things are covered in the insurance. And to purchase drone insurance, you have to follow all these things. Assess your needs, select a provider, the company which is going to, you are going to approach. You have to provide necessary document. That our necessary document is nothing but UAN number. UAN number of your particular drone, a type certification of your drone. And also if it is going to be operated by a RPC holder, that also can be documented. And you have to compel with the regulation. So these are the things that to be concentrated when you are purchasing or when you are trying to go for a drone insurance. And then there is, I'm going to get into an interesting side of presentation. say if we are going to import a drone from foreign countries, say whether it is in Australia or China, whether if you want to import a drone from foreign countries, whether we can obtain a unique identification number, yes, we can obtain a unique identification number. In digital sky itself, there is an option importer, or you can say, I have imported. There is an option available, but for doing so, we need to get an approval from equipment type approval that is available from WPC, which is nothing but Wireless Planning and Coordination Department of Telecommunication. We have to get a equipment type approval from them, and that has to be uploaded in digital sky portal. Only then we will be able to get a UAN number, or for a particular drone. Only if you have a UAN number, you can do as a service or you can operate it. So that is very, very important. The most important, the last point here, you would be knowing, import of foreign drones is now effectively banned. Many of you might get a question. DJI, I was discussing about DJI. DJI is a Chinese product, or made in China product. How can we import? See, there is huge. If we talk about it, there is a lot of discussion there. It is a Chinese product, but still we are getting it in our country, and we can register it. And there are so many people who have registered their DJI in the website. You can see here, you issued UAN. It is nothing but unique identification number. You can search UA by UAN, by the class or the owner. For example, I'll search it as drone destination, which is a very familiar company, RPTO. If I search the drones that have been, registered by them or by any individual, Idea Forge, you can see here, drone destination. They have registered all these drones, and they have got a unique identification number. So this is the unique identification number that we are talking about. Total count of their unique identification registered drone is 343. So they have, you can see the model, type, UAA class, all of weight, issued date, and the UAN owner is obviously a drone destination, because they would have registered as a company. So they have medium drone, they have small drone, they have small, medium. These are the drones that they have. Okay, so that is how it is. Everything is available in this portal. That is what I am trying to say. Everything is available in this portal. The models, UA models, there is also available. Type certified models is also available. Non-type certified is also listed here, and non-type certified nano drones, because nano drones doesn't want any registration, but it can also be done. You don't need any license, so that is also available. All these details are available in this particular website. I'll take you through another website which will be more useful for being faculty members. If you want to guide our students, it will be more useful. So to get a drone insurance, there is an option in here where what is the procedure to get a drone insurance, what is covered, what are the requirements here. So all those things can be all those information can be obtained from this particular website. And also there is an option for how to get a loan, find pilot jobs, get drone training, which is nothing but RPTO. From here, you will be going back to the list of RPTOs that is available, list of training institutes that is available, type of courses that is available in each and every training institute. So it is Dropogo. There is mobile app is also available, where I can buy drone parts and spares. Everything is available in this portal. It might be useful for some of the faculty members. So this is option. This is one option. No, I'm not saying that this is the only option. These are options where we'll be getting all the necessary information. And I just wanted to take you the stakeholders and the responsibility. This is also an important part here. DGC is responsible for import clearance, issue of UAN, and renewal of UAOP. UAOP, earlier it was UAOP, Unmanned Aerial Operator Permit. Now it is RPC. And Director General of Foreign Trade is important. They are responsible for import license. When you're going to import a drone, we need to get from them. You can see I have mentioned already here DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, not for nano drone. Ministry of Home Affairs for security clearance, Ministry of Defense. When you are going to fly at restricted area, we need to get their permission. Indian Air Force is also there for wireless planning and coordination wing. Department of Telecommunication, they are going to give you equipment type approval or license for RPA for imported drones. And Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, they are also plays a major role in giving approval for security program. Airport Authority, if you want to create a flight plan, we need to get approval from them. And local police station also, they also play a crucial role when we are going to fly a drone in the area which comes under that particular station, or whether if it is coming under a yellow zone, we need to get permission from them. So these are the things that comes under major things that comes under drones and rules and regulation. Again, I'll go back to Digital Sky, the home page of Digital Sky. So issue of UAN is nothing but major things are getting a unique identification number, and then we need to identify the proper training institute where they train you for the category that you are applying for, whether it is a small category or medium category. And also if you want to find whether he or she is a certified RPC holder, that you can get it from this particular link. And these are the link for type certification. You have to use this particular link, and for getting unique identification, you have to use this particular link. There is two different forms available. If you want to transfer, say, if an X individual is having a drone, if he is giving transferring the drone from X to Y, you have to apply this, and transfer also to be done properly. And if you want to get RPC, you have to fill this document. This filling of this document will be taken care by RPTO. With your presence, they'll be doing it. And if you want to become an RPTO, you have to fill this. And if you want to create a flight plan also, you can create a flight plan. Flight plan creation is also one of the important parameters that also to be completely studied before we get into it is nothing but we have to see the zone restrictions where we are, and all those things to be all from sitting at one point. You can get the details about what are the yellow zones, where are the green zones, everything you can get from a single point using the map that I have already shown you. And then add branches of RPTO. Say if Hindustan is having a RPTO in Coimbatore, if we want to start a RPTO in some other place, where we have our sister concern or nearby Coimbatore, we can start. We have to apply through this, and train the trainer authorization is also important. So we are training a set of students or set of people those are interested. There will be an instructor for them. So being an RPTO, we can move from training students or training the people. From there we can even upgrade to train the trainer, which is nothing but instructor training can also be given through RPTO. So these are the different options available under Digital Sky, which will be very important, and these are essential, because if we are going to work in this particular field, or if you want to explore this particular field, these are very important. And these are what you are seeing in the slides will be more useful for the pilots. We have to ensure pre-flight checks, and we have to be very careful when we are flying through over crowded areas. We have to follow the local regulations and airplanes. Even the people in Tamil Nadu might be aware if there is any CM visit in particular place, in whether if a CM is coming to Coimbatore or if he's going to Trichy, you will be seeing in the news channels that there is this operating of drone in that particular place been restricted. It comes under red zone area for a certain time or for certain hours. That becomes a red zone, since there is a visit, CM visit or PM visit or even president visit. So those things are very common nowadays, because we are following strict rules and regulations. That is, with the help of that, we will be able to achieve in 2030 that we will be becoming a drone hub. So with this, I might have completed rushed up the things, but rules and there is These are the rules that working with drones we need to be understand. Now, without type certification, yes, as someone has pointed out, I'll take the questions for another 5 minutes. Sir, it is difficult, sir. Without type certification, can I get a UN number? No, sir, it is very difficult. It is very difficult.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So thank you for a very resourceful and knowledgeable session.
Yes,
Sir, I have a question like what is the difference? So I'm little bit confused about type certificate and UN number. So
Okay, fine. Yes, sir. I'll explain, sir. Sir, type certification is say if you are manufacturing a drone, if you want to commercialize it.
okay.
Commercialize in the sense you will be developing 8 drones or 50 drones as per the requirement from the client. You have to get a type certification for the drone, which includes, the type certification says that all the components that are used or authorized or tested, and the reports are, agreed upon by the testing agency. So that comes for the entire components and all those things. UA number is used to identify the particular drone. Say, for example, if there is any crash, people will follow only through the UA number.
Okay.
You will be caught or whatever happens, they will be following and they will be coming to you through the UA number.
For example, sir, I have developed one drone for educational purpose only to, to
No need,
teach.
sir. No need to get any UA number. But say, for example, if you are going to sell it to some schools, polytechnic colleges, for their laboratory or for their purpose, if they are going to keep it within their school or college, it is fine. But if they are going to use it for any other service, then you have to think about getting UAN and type certification.
So again, I'm getting confused. So type certificate use for when commercialization is involved, and
yes. So you are selling to a school and college, no, sir. It is
okay.
It is kind of a commercialization.
When I'm going for selling, then I have to register for UAN.
UANM, as well as you need to get type certification. Only then you can sell n number of same type of drone to n number of clients. UAN number will be for the one individual drone. Say, for example, you have 10 drones, you have made 10 drones, 10 UAN number will be with you, but type certification will be only one. I hope you got it right.
UN number is allocated for each drone.
Each and every drone. Yes, sir. Each and every drone.
Okay.
If you are having a Phantom, yes, sir. Please.
What is the validity of type certificate?
So type certification validity, I think it depends, sir, because say they will give you initially for a certain period, and they will give a note that if you are going to do some changes in this, again you have to come back to the testing agency.
Okay.
And so you have to obtain the necessary certificate.
So we need to pay differently for testing agency under type certification?
No, sir. No, not for testing agency. Once you apply, DGCA will allot to the testing agency. They will take your drone to their laboratory or their testing center. They will dismantle the entire drone, and they will verify whatever data you have given as application, whether it is available. Whatever, say you have mentioned there is a lithium battery available, they will ensure whether it is a lithium battery. You might have mentioned I have a battery management system. They will ensure whether there is a battery management system. So all the data what you have given will be verified, and you, as I told already, you will be submitting some test reports, structural report, software test report. Those things will be analyzed completely by the expert, and then they will issue you the type certificate.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Saravana Kumar, sir, very good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You shared lot information we have. It's very useful for us.
Yes, sir.
Sir, as you said, it's very clearly the project of the student developed model need not any certification, any type certificate and EA number.
Yes, sir. Not required, sir. If the project is going to be within our institution, no need to worry about it. But if you are going to take it to some other competition, now say for example your students are going for Smart India Hackathon, it is not required, sir. But when you are going to commercialize it, you need to think about UN and the type certification, sir.
if it is if they are going to demonstrate for the purposes means they are also needed or not so for demonstrate to
Demonstrating
some
where, sir? Demonstrating?
demonstrating like for Viva was or some other for example if the
Not
case
required, sir.
may be
Not required, sir.
not required
Not
okay
required. Not
okay
required, sir. Not required. If it
thank
is
you thank you
within the
thank you.
private entity or within the private place, it is not required.
Okay, fine, sir, fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
So one more note, sir.
Yes.
So in the
Yes, sir.
RPTO, as you said, the small and medium category is there. There is a
Yes, sir.
course duration for like a 7 to 10 days of the course duration.
Yes, sir.
After you said that here, after within the 15 days, they will be given the certificate of a remote pilot certificate.
RPC, yes, sir.
Sir, is there any exam in between by the DGCA, sir? After training, is there any examination by the
Sir,
DGCA?
say I'll give an example, sir. In our college, we are providing for small category. We are giving
Okay.
7 days of training. In the first day and second day, theory will be taught. After the second day is completed, we have a test, sir. Test 1 will be there. That is completely
Okay.
related to what he has studied in the theory part. And then
Okay, sir.
a complete 1 day training with respect to simulator. After that, test 2 will be conducted with respect to simulator. Then 2 days of complete on-ground flying. After that, there will be a test 3 with respect to ground flying. So he has to complete all these 3 tests. Only then he will be able to obtain the certificate, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, you said it's clear. That is, I understood here. But somebody said here, no, after the training completion also, the DGC is going to evaluate our skills and the exam through
Sir,
the
that is for
examination.
instructor.
So,
That is for instructor.
okay, only for instructor.
Instructor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
For not
So
for
for that,
the
we have to go
person
for
who is getting RPC.
Delhi.
Yes, sir. For instructor, there is a Viva voice. There is a different procedure, sir. It is train the trainee is a different procedure where there will be a panel of people. We need to attend the Viva and they will be testing our skills, and only then we will be getting instructor. So if we become instructor, we can run our own RPTO, for example.
Okay. As like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, brother, okay.
Yes,
But
sir.
for initially, we are getting the license. There is no like the things. Only
Yes,
after
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
training program, you can provide or the so that
There
certification
are
can be provided.
RPTOs which are upgraded into an instructor train the trainee, sir, where you can get the training and then you have to wait for Viva. Viva in the sense, I'm just giving a name that we are used to.
Yeah.
It is an
Just okay
interview.
for
It is an
commercial.
interview kind of. Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir. Thank
so
you.
so
Thank you, sir.
so rest of the certificates are small and medium. We can have it after the training itself. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, one more question.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, can we go for patent filing on drone design? And if yes,
Okay.
what are the procedures?
Sir, we can go for patent filing. The drone, say, if you are going to make a customize a drone frame, you can go for patent. It is nowhere connected to DGC or nowhere comes under. It is a normal application process where you can go for design patent. That is nowhere connected to DGCA.
Okay, so
DGCA
directly we
comes into
can go
play.
for so
Yes,
we can
sir.
directly go for patenting. Yeah. So there is no need to obtain any kind of certification from DGC or something.
No, sir. For going patent, there is not required. But once the patent is, you have got a patent. As I said already, if you want to commercialize it or if you want to move forward, then you need to get type certification and you need to come into the DGCA process.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I'll answer the few more questions. Can we go for RPC large drone directly without micro? Sir, there is no RPC for large drones as of now because the large drones are used only in defense. So there is no any RPC procedure for large drones. Only small and micro category are available. And there is one more question. Type certification issued by Quality Council of India. Type certification is issued by DGCA. For testing, there are different testing agencies. Quality Council of India is one of the testing agencies. But it is issued, there are so many testing agencies available, but type certification is issued by DGCA only. Do you encourage any MOU with colleges, sir? If yes, sir, since we are an education institution, we don't I don't know what is the possibility of signing an MOU, but we have Center of Excellence. If your students are interested, they can contact us and they can, get some training in our Center of Excellence. It is possible, sir. But MOU between college to college, since we government of Tamil Nadu and ITI has approached us, we have signed an MOU, but we have not done anything with between colleges. I don't think so. It is possible, sir. But if want, your students can visit and they can make use of the facility that we have here. Each drone need to get type certification, sir. Each drone, in the sense, if you are going to build a same category of drone, if you are going to build 100 drones of same category, you need to get type certification. Only one type certification for the 100 drones. But UAN number, you need to get 100 different UAN number for each and every drone. I hope that is the question, sir. Become an RPTO, minimum requirements, infra education. Sir, to become an RPTO, to my knowledge, I think you need to have 2 instructor and you need to have a type certified drone, which should possess, say for RPTO, there are companies who sell drone for RPTOs, especially for RPTOs, because you need 2 transmitter, there are softwares to be there, and they supply their own simulator so that you can practice using the simulator. So if you want to, sir, now, see, in India, everything is possible, sir, but you need to find the proper channel and the infrastructure. You need a classroom, a projector, and drone assembly sections should be there, and there is a ground should be available where people are going to train. So infrastructure in the sense, classroom, projector, ground, 2 instructor, and 1 type certified drone. 1 type certificate drone means you can train at least only 5 to 6 people. So if you are going to try for 2 batches, you need to have 2 certification, 2 type certified drone. If you are going to go for more, you need to have that number of type certified drone. So that is the infrastructure available, sir. Infrastructure requirement, actually. I think that's all, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you all. I think I have maximized the time limit, but I hope I have given useful information. So again, we will be connecting tomorrow by 6 p.m. Thank you all. Meet you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you, Professor Saravanakumar sir, for this
Thank you,
very
sir.
informative session. And thanks to all the participants. We will meet you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.